Hi. Not doing good, Mike, because lazy. I've trapped myself in my basement for 10 years, trying to get Nightmare King Grimm Radiant. We're gonna get it today. I have like I have like dozens of OBS files that are like a couple minutes long each. They're just me dying to this freaking boss. This, this is me doing my first couple runs of the day. Yeah, probably gonna get messed up super freaking bad by this dweeb. But yeah, this is Radiant. Get hit, we die. And yeah, not gonna be focusing on talking really, because if I do, I'll just lose. Yeah, testing out this new glowing boom build that I did the past couple of days. This guy, honestly, is not that hard. Okay. But like, the thing is, like, he's not that hard, but with the spikes and stuff like that, you have to react pretty quickly, which I am not good at, because I'm not a real gamer. But yeah. This could be like 10 minutes long or like an hour long, depending on how much I feel like sucking today. You might hear me like almost cry when I get nearly killed by that move. That was a bad one. Okay, okay. So the thing is like, usually I just walk to him and start hitting, and that gives me better timing. That's just how I've done it in the past. But when I sharp shadow dashed over there, that's like 1.5 lengths, 1.5 the length of a normal dash, which that really messed me up. So basically, this one, if you dash too early, he's able to backstep and sort of evade your attacks, kind of like a real human would. So the key is to do your dash as soon as he commits to the attack. That's the best time to dash, and that lets you get a hit once you go back on him as well. So if you're the right spacing and you do it at the right time, you can get a couple extra hits in there. Okay, so this is already messed up my typical rotation. That's okay. Okay, so sometimes I'm thinking of talking. Sometimes I'm thinking of just like what I ate recently, which is like milk and some yogurt. Uh, so you have to just like react to the spikes, which I'm not doing, because I'm a freaking nerd. Yeah, he does some like weird backstep shenanigans. Why am I so bad, dude? So the thing is like also that I'm very used to just sort of leaving my fingers on the keys. So that I have like the delay between me thinking of like releasing the key and actually releasing it is quite high, which is why I suck. Also, I'm bad, so I suck. If I keep dying as I usually do, I might explain my build a little bit more thoroughly as well. But yeah, I'm very well practiced against this guy. Yeah, I suck so much. It's almost impressive. Oh my god, see like okay, so I get there, the spikes come up. I'm like I immediately strafe as soon as I see spikes. So I strafe left and I'm like, oh wait, no, I should go to the right. I think that and I press left and I just hold it because I'm a moron. It's ridiculous. At that time, I was fat fingering, holding down the left button when I meant to walk right and dash. Trust me, I've gone to final phase numerous times, but gone like 2 hits away and then choked it out. So that's pretty likely to happen, honestly. But when I'm talking, I get way worse. So my already bad gameplay gets worse. You know how that is. Yeah, that's the double hit that I like to see. Oh my god, dude, I missed my swing. So, swinging with a nail, if you do this, you don't move. But if you contact an enemy, normally, then you get sent back away from the direction that you swung. So I use that to help pace myself when I'm doing the fire phase, the beams from the ground. Because they always come 4 beams at certain intervals. But it just did not work out. This one, I'm going to go in the middle because he shoots 2 down, 2 up. That one, you jump after he comes at you because he stands up after attacking, and that can mess you up if you don't jump. Ah, I'm so bad, dude. No, just gotta focus, guys. I'm not actually that bad. I sound like a psycho talking to myself, but you know what, whatever. I'm talking a lot more than I thought I would have when I started. Maybe I should actually use the good mic, but I'm way too lazy, guys. So see, knockback, knockback, there. It really helps you pace yourself. Ah, there's an invisible spike that doesn't show up there, but it comes up, so I'm stupid. Yeah, usually they give a little indication of where the spikes are going to be. That one doesn't have an indication, but because at the edge, it's at the edge of the track, it's just so you can't camp there. Yeah, unlucky. Yeah, so during the fight, if you're too close, he will do some teleporting shenanigans. Yeah, this one, no point. I'm just gonna strafe. We haven't even gone to my favorite phase, pufferfish yet. Ooh, almost got hit by that little fire trail thing there. Your pufferfish. Strafe left, then back right. That gives you extra room to strafe. Easy. Gonna talk a little bit less. Yo, easy. my god. You won't believe it, but I have like a billion tries on this stupid freaking guy. Holy cow. That's Radiant Nightmare King Grimm. And while we're at it, let's do his non-hard version, Radiant Grimm as well. True Master Grimm. This is a easier quote-unquote boss. Okay, wow. This is so much easier. Let me see if I can hit this Radiant first try, eh? Although I kind of forgot some of his moves, so. 3? Weak sauce, buddy. So slow. What a long stagger phase, eh? Yeah, so in this game you control how high your jump goes, which makes it a lot easier than, some other games in parkour terms. Okay, I will be very honest with you. I have no idea normal Grimm's fire bats pattern. I have actually zero clue what it is right now. So if I die to that, yeah, honestly, bro, makes sense. Although he does do this really annoying pufferfish phase more often. So honestly, can't say I'm a fan. All right, okay. So basically, it's moving so slowly that it's kind of psyching me out, eh? Uh, yeah, you know what? That's my excuse. Too easy, literally. Z Z Z, boring. Give me something better, Mr. Grimm. You're very cool looking, but you're also kind of lame. So he just does 3 low? Okay, that's easy enough. Alright, 3 low bats. Gotta keep that in mind. Yeah, if you're new to doing Grimm, remember. Strafe opposite, then towards. Just try to get as many hits during the stagger as we can. These gaps are so wide. You can just stand still. So yeah, that's his adaptive thing. Don't want to be close to him. Okay, I'm gonna be real. I was trying to jump over all his attacks and do some like butter or monarch wings type things. Monarch wings is the double jump. Okay. Let me just play like a normal human being instead of a monkey. Okay. Yeah. Alright, so I walked too far away from him before he started dashing. Alright, that's on my Nightmare King Grimm timing. Because usually in Nightmare King Grimm he does it a lot faster. So you have less. So ideally, to get the second hit in after you dash through him, you want to move back a little bit, and then that lets you adjust for his dash distance. So that when you dash through, you get a hit. It's all good. Yeah, no need to get hit by this phase ever. Just blowing it on that phase is totally fine. Oh yeah, and on normal Grimm, I forgot to jump. My bad. I was walking towards him too, so that decreased the amount of time I had to react, which is kind of stupid. Um, yeah, on Nightmare King Grimm, when he does the spikes, he he disappears, so you can't actually hit him during the spikes phase. But on this one, he like puts his tendrils into the ground and drops the spikes, so you can actually attack him towards the end of it, like so. Okay. If you space it right, you can attack him at the end of it. Let's bow. Maybe this is the run, eh? Now that we bowed. But yeah. Uh, okay, fat fingered my jump, did not release in time. You know what? Or I guess like I say fat fingered is a blanket term, but it's more like sticky fingered, eh? So yeah. Bow. Just gotta control the jump heights. Something that I honestly didn't think about too much until I saw speedrunners play the game, which is very interesting. But yeah, controlling the jump heights, that's how you be optimal. For that one, you want to be right under him. Not in like a weird way. Like a normal way. Yeah, for the bats, you just have to reactive jump. That's all there is to it. Honestly, this fight is comfortably simpler than Nightmare King Grimm's, but I'm just more practiced against Nightmare King Grimm. Also, I messed up my jump timings there. Again, if I was a speedrunner or something, you'd be able to tell them doing uh, really strong timing jumps. But I'm not a speedrunner. I'm a plebeian. So yeah, the idea is you want to just barely clear it. Just stand right next to him. Two hits in that phase. And again, I'm dashing too far. I'm walking too far behind before dashing. Just have to keep the spacing in mind for that. Or so I say, but I will not keep it in mind because I am a fool. Bow. Walk out of his hitbox before hitting, because if he spawns inside of you, you just get hit and you die. It's like spawning inside of him is just the worst thing that can happen. Oh my god. Okay, in a Nightmare King Grimm, the dream version of this fight, he actually lunges a little bit further as well. So it makes it extra hard to tell the spacing for that. So basically, I'm just doing as many excuses as I can to excuse my poor gameplay. Yeah? Okay, just a straight up unnecessary jump in there. Disgustingly sloppy. I would yeah, that's all there is to it. Just really sloppy. My excuse, I'm not a gamer. I'm not a real esport gamer. Just a casual nerd. And I sticky fingered that. I guess since we're on the easy boss, saying it like a disgusting try-hard gamer, I'll explain my charm setup. So I have Quick Slash, Unbreakable Strength. Basically, means I attack faster than a regular Hollow Knights, and it means that I deal more damage as well. This basically just means that I take less time to kill the boss, And taking less time means minimizing the amount of time that I have to make mistakes, which frankly happens quite often. So killing him faster equals less time to make mistakes equals cleaner runs. That's just the point of it, basically. And my third charm is Glowing Womb, which basically converts the soul, which I get when I hit him, into this thing, into these little bird baby things that you can see around me sometimes. These damage him. It means that I don't have to think about dealing this damage. They just automatically do it with the AI. It's not a huge DPS increase, but it's enough to make somewhat of a difference, and it's noticeable for sure. And during times that I can't regularly hit him, they can hit him for me, which is really awesome. And I don't have actually a ton of use for soul, honestly, so it helps. And lastly, on my Overcharm, I have King Soul. This generates a little bit of soul as time passes. Really good with Glowing Womb. A very natural synergy. So yeah, that's great. You can see his reactive backstep right there. Always want to walk towards him a bit. Yeah, that's basically Nightmare King Grimm. And this Charging build for him. Since I'm playing on Radiant, okay, there we got Grimm. Since we're playing on Radiant, we don't have to worry about Overcharmed. Basically, Radiant difficulty means that you have to do it without taking any damage whatsoever. If you take damage, you get got, and you lose the fight. But Overcharmed means that you can fill your regular charm slots with just kind of like your mana. See, you have these charm notches, and you fit your skills, or basically like character upgrades into that. So you have Quick Slash. We just attack quicker, and attacking quicker actually makes us generate more soul, which we get every time we hit we get every time we hit an enemy. If we're hitting at this rate, we accumulate less soul in a given period of time. Quick Slash, naturally, we're attacking more often, and since each slash actually still gives the same amount of soul, we get more soul in the same amount of time. Next up, we have Unbreakable Strength. So these are the Heart, Greed, and Strength ones. Basically, if you die, these break, but if you pay enough money, then you get the unbreakable versions, and you can just use them as normal. Obviously, capitalism, something. But basically, you just deal more damage. This is straight up DPS increase for your normal attack. So if you attack like this, you deal normal damage. If you attack with Unbreakable Strength, well, you can't see it since there's no enemy here, but this deals an additional percentage of damage. Really good, really helpful for getting down bosses quicker. Next, we have Sharp Shadow. This is really good for Nightmare King Grimm specifically. Not all bosses, actually, this is super great against. But basically, when you use the Shadow Dash, which is basically a dash with iframes or invincibility frames, you get every couple seconds. This is longer than your average dash with Sharp Shadow. You can sort of see. I'm trying to illustrate the dash length difference. So it becomes longer, I think 1.5 times, if I remember correctly, and also deals your nails worth of damage. So if you do this, it's the equivalent of dashing and attacking while you're dashing. So really good. And if you do like dash, hit behind, or shadow dash, hit behind, shadow dash, hit behind, that's like dealing 2 strikes worth of damage while getting some invincibility, while repositioning yourself. So really strong charm. And in Nightmare King Grimm, where he lunges at you a ton, you just dash through him invincibly, and you deal that damage. It lets you accumulate damage while being safe, which is excellent against Radiant bosses specifically. You get hit, you die, so why not be invincible? LOL. And during the Shadow Dash, you can see the replenish time is based on those dark shadow particles. So you Shadow Dash, the particles come back to you, Shadow Dash, then the particles come back to you. If you dash, and then if you Shadow Dash, and dash immediately, when you haven't collected those particles, it's just a normal dash. So you gotta collect those shadow particles to get the invincible dashes off. Next up, we have Glowing Wound. Important to note, this is 2 charm notches. We have 1 charm notch remaining. This is important. Um, Keep that in mind for later. So basically, we create hatchlings. We give birth, and these things will basically be born, run at somebody, and then die. But they deal damage, so I guess for a good cause. You can't see them. Okay, you can see them like this. These little guys, they see an enemy, they will run at that enemy and basically kamikaze themselves to deal damage to them. You can see at the top, it's eating away at that soul bar. What that means is that I attack enemies, I gather soul, the soul gets transformed into these little guys. That's helpful because it's like a passive DPS increase if you aren't using your spells. Those things. If you're not using those because you're too busy dodging, like I am, and not getting hit, and weaving in your spell or your nail attacks in between, nail is like the sword in this game. If you're not doing those if you're not using the spells because you're focusing on nail attacks and dodging, this is a great way to boost your passive DPS. Speaking of passive, like me, because I'm a beta, this is the King Soul. This is a charm that you get after basically doing a lot of stuff in the game. It's an endgame charm. It symbolizes the union between higher beings. Basically, what this does is it's a constant soul generation. So if I'm expending my soul, casting spells, you can see that I'm about halfway filled right now. But as it ticks, you can see every couple seconds the game adds a little bit more soul to me in the top left corner. This makes it a constant battery for creating these guys who end up dying after they attack, sadly. And it gives me also, in normal fights, the ability to generate soul to heal. Like that. Overall, useful charm if you're doing like a really long fight, or you just want something random for passive energy regen. Other energy generators, such as Soul Eater, do help. Grub Song only helps when you're taking damage, so not good for Radiant. But this is just something that I like using because you overcharm by 4. And that's pretty funny. What overcharmed is basically you have your set amount of like mana or notches or whatever you want to call them, upgrade points, whatever. But if you want to, you can go over this limit and be overcharmed. After you're overcharmed, you are not able to add any additional charms because that'd be overcharmed, and that doesn't exist. Essentially, this overcharmed, you can see, whoa, we have so much strength, we have so many charms, we're so buffed. But our health bar at the top starts pulsing with purple. And that purple pulsing indicates that we will take double damage. So usually, that really, really sucks. Having half the HP effectively is not a good thing to do. But if we're playing on Radiant difficulty, we die if we get hit anyways. Therefore, overcharming is completely fine, because it just lets you get more strength to your character while having the same number of damage being taken, which is every single point of your HP. So overcharming, good for Radiant bosses. If you don't want to die every single time you get hit, maybe not the best for other stuff. But yeah, anyways, this is my Nightmare King Grimm build. We're going to head over and see Nightmare King Grimm Radiance and True Master Grimm Radiance both completed. Hell yes. This is awesome. Nightmare King Grimm, by far the hardest guy I've fought in Hollow Knight so far. So with this, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed like my little explanation stuff, and hope you have a good one. All right, see you guys.